Good morning and welcome. You are watching the Morning Express on Republic TV. I'm Nupur Talwar Suri. Now, a day ahead of the floor test having been turned down by the Supreme Court, the Maharashtra Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray addressed the state through Facebook Live. During his address, Uddhav Thackeray said that he does not want to play the game of the floor test and resigned as the Chief Minister of Maharashtra. Uddhav also resigned as the member of the Maharashtra Legislative Council. Alisha, of course, is now joining us live. She's reporting from outside the Vidhan Bhavan in Mumbai. Good morning, Alisha. Alisha, you know, it's been an extremely dramatic evening. After that, what are we expecting today? The MLAs are supposed to arrive from Goa, and thereafter, perhaps, the process of government formation will set in motion?
Well, yes, yesterday we saw there was a series of meeting that was ongoing, and of course a major decision that has been taken by Uddhav Thackeray. We know that it started from the governor letter where he asked Uddhav Thackeray to prove the majority. Right after that, there was a meeting, and of course we saw that Uddhav government has asked his lawyer to move to Supreme Court, and there was a hearing that started at 5 p.m. Every party, whether it is Maha or whether it is Devendra Fadnavis, they were just waiting for the decision of the Supreme Court. And we know after the hearing where the Supreme Court said that they will give its verdict at 9 p.m. in the night. Whereafter we know that there was the verdict that has been given by the Supreme Court clearly stating that there would be a floor test. Nupur, after that, by 9:30, where Uddhav Thackeray has addressed the nation, he addressed the state via Facebook Live, and he clearly tendered his resignation. He said that the situation at this now is something like because of my people, the people I have trusted.
After that, we saw there was a series of meetings in Uddhav Thackeray resident as well. There were senior Shiv Sena leaders
as well. There were senior Shiv Sena leaders who were present at Matoshri, and later we saw that Uddhav Thackeray who went to Raj Bhavan to tender his resignation. Now, most importantly, we saw the celebration of Bharatiya Janata Party, because at this point of time, Bharatiya Janata Party has the majority, they have the number. Even now, there would be an alliance is what we have been told with Shiv Sena, because Eknath Shinde camp has the majority, and of course, now Uddhav Thackeray has already resigned from the post of Chief Minister and MLC, after which Eknath Shinde group could be considered as the real Shiv Sena. So of course there could be an alliance between BJP and NCP, but BJP and Shiv Sena, but BJP today in a strategic meeting is what have been said that there will be a core committee meeting later, which Devendra Fadnavis and the other BJP senior leader will go to the national capital to meet Amit Shah and JP Nadda.
All right, stay with us, Alisha. I'm also going to bring in Piyush Ohri now. He's reporting from outside Sharad Pawar's residence in Mumbai. Now, Piyush, good morning. What are we expecting in terms of the allies today? Now, obviously, the process of government formation will set into motion again. But what are you hearing from the Pawar camp now?
So there is nothing we know which the allies can do. They know now that they do not have the numbers and the game is all set over for them. But what they are going to be definitely doing is that, they are going to be blaming BJP, and if required be, because, they also have been in role of opposition. So most probably they will try to, now blame BJP and the rebel MLAs that if they form the government, of how exactly this government was formed. So they will definitely try to, put a blame of all this entire process of, how Maharashtra government, the new Maharashtra government, when it gets formed, they're going to be trying to put a blame on it. Yesterday at Raj Bhavan, definitely, there was a lot of drama. Before Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray went over there and tendered his resignation to the Maharashtra governor, there were a lot of NCP MLAs, who had come and said that all this process of rebel MLAs deflecting away from Shiv Sena and going to Surat first and then to Guwahati should be investigated, because they said that there was a lot of corruption involved in it and BJP was involved in this. So you can get a fair bit of idea that now what kind of strategy NCP and Congress is going to take, because as you know that now they do not have the numbers and they would have to sit in the opposition. Taking into consideration that BJP as well as now the rebel MLAs are all set to form government. Back to you, Nupur.
All right, Piyush, to stay with us. Now, in a landmark judgment, the Supreme Court refused to stay the floor test in Maharashtra Assembly, a big setback for the MVA government. Soon after the judgment, the then Maharashtra Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray resigned from his position as CM.
Soon after the Supreme Court rejected the Uddhav government's plea and refused to stay the floor test in the Maharashtra Assembly,
मुख्यमंत्री पदाचा देखील त्याग करत आहे.
in a dramatic and emotional live video address, Uddhav Thackeray announced his resignation as the Chief Minister of Maharashtra. Earlier, Republic had learnt from sources that the now former Chief Minister in his cabinet meeting made it clear that he would resign instead of facing a no-trust vote. A vacation bench of Justices Suryakant and J.B. Pardiwala heard arguments on behalf of the Shiv Sena, its rebel MLAs led by Eknath Shinde, and the governor on the plea in the hearing conducted after 5 p.m. yesterday. And while the MVA presented its arguments, the Apex Court left it stunned with its crucial counter-questions. However, the court also allowed jailed Maharashtra ministers Nawab Malik and Anil Deshmukh to vote in any floor test. Both Anil Deshmukh and Nawab Malik are behind bars after being arrested by the Enforcement Directorate in connection with money laundering cases. And now, with Uddhav's resignation, the BJP along with the Shinde camp is ready to stake claim to form the Maharashtra government. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
Alisha, if I could come back to you now. Alisha, you know, the contention of the Shinde camp is that they are now the real Shiv Sena and that they will give support perhaps to the BJP to form the next government. But how will that work in terms of, the parties? Because Uddhav Thackeray still claims that he's the real Shiv Sena.
No, well, that does not remain an option for Uddhav Thackeray as of now. Till the time he was a chief minister, but now he has resigned as the chief minister from the post of chief minister and also from the MLC. That means the government is itself will get dissolved, and that is something the demand will be made from the Bharatiya Janata Party, and that will automatically will be given by the governor as well. Because we know that yesterday there was the letter, the official statement that was given by Raj Bhavan, clearly stating that Uddhav Thackeray itself has came to the Raj Bhavan to meet the governor and he's tendered his resignation, and his resignation has been accepted by the governor of Maharashtra. So this means the entire cabinet will be dissolved, and of course there will be the formation of the new government. So at this point of time, talking about the Shinde camp, so well, they have the majority. So even if the other Chaudhary was appointed, so now he will also be there will be the new appointment of the leader of the Shiv Sena Legislative Assembly and of course of the whip chief. So that will be the decision that will be taken by Eknath Shinde, because he has the number. He has the number of 39. So, well, Eknath Shinde camp will be known as the Shiv Sena. Whether the question is, will Uddhav Thackeray will accept this and the other MLAs? The Shiv Sena MLAs, there are 16 MLAs, we know that was with Uddhav Thackeray camp. So, will they go back to Eknath Shinde? Will they will accept the ideology which Eknath Shinde has been asking for, has been demanding for? So, this is the real question, what Uddhav Thackeray and the other MLAs take a decision. But yes, when it comes to now getting in merged, because the only option at first that was left with Eknath Shinde.
All right, so essentially what you are saying is that it will perhaps be the legacy of the Shiv Sena, and which factions wins now, that will be decided. Stay with us. Now, celebrations erupted in the BJP camp after Uddhav Thackeray resigned as the Chief Minister of Maharashtra, days after the rebel Shiv Sena MLAs announced their decision to not support the MVA coalition government. The former Maharashtra Chief Minister and the senior BJP leader Devendra Fadnavis, along with the state BJP chief Chandrakant Patil and other party leaders, exchanged sweets at the Taj President Hotel as the BJP gears up to stake claim.
Following the resignation of Maharashtra Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray, BJP leaders along with the former Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis were seen celebrating the moment in Mumbai during a legislative meeting. Speaking to Republic TV, Maharashtra BJP chief Chandrakant Patil, when asked about his next step, said that BJP is a pan-India party and that decisions are taken after deliberations.
ये एक ऑल इंडिया पार्टी है, इसमें इतने झट से निर्णय नहीं होते। तो अभी माननीय देवेंद्र जी और मैं दिल्ली जाऊंगा, हमारे राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष जगत जी, हमारे एक्स ऑल इंडिया प्रेसिडेंट एंड होम मिनिस्टर अमित भाई, हमारे नेता माननीय मोदी जी, हम सबको मिलेंगे और आपसी बातों से फिर यह आगे विषय जाएगा।
Sources told Republic that senior BJP leader Devendra Fadnavis is likely to take oath as Chief Minister of Maharashtra on July 1st. As the political drama in Maharashtra reached its peak with the resignation of Uddhav Thackeray, Rajya Sabha MP Mahesh Jethmalani said that Devendra Fadnavis may come into power in the state.
I think so. I think he's the largest single party, along with, I think, some total strength is 113, I believe. So 8 or 9 independents in addition to the BJP legislative party itself. So of course he'll stake the first claim, and of course there will be some tie-up with Eknath Shinde's group.
It seems like the BJP is set to form the next government in the state with the support from Sena rebels led by Eknath Shinde and several independents who had earlier backed the government of Shiv Sena NCP Congress alliance. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
Piyush as well as Alicia do stay with us. Also, Shivangi joins us now from outside Matoshri. Shivangi, good morning. Shivangi, the mood outside Matoshri must be somber this morning, but what are you hearing? Is there any likelihood of a rapprochement between the two camps, or is it likely that the divide will deepen further?
Well, I was here yesterday night at Matoshri, Nupur, when Uddhav Thackeray had left to resign. It was a scene where the only people you saw outside Matoshri, Nupur, were the media persons and security. It was a stark difference from what we saw 1 week ago when he had come back to Matoshri from the CM's residence, Varsha. Definitely from yesterday night's scene, it seems as if that Uddhav Thackeray camp knows where they stand after the resignation which happened almost at midnight yesterday, and now the Shinde camp as confident as ever now to form the government. From what's happening now is that the writing is on the wall. Once the resignation came in, and that happened during that Facebook Live. That Facebook Live again at 9:30 at night is when that Facebook Live started, and Uddhav Thackeray on a Facebook Live, not even coming out to the outside, or not even from an official residence, or not even from he just went online on social media and announced his resignation. Then he went to give in his resignation. So there was this big development which happened yesterday, and Nupur, from what we understand so far, is that the writing is on the wall. Now the Maharashtra Assembly session has also been cancelled after he resigned. I just want to read it out what it says. Right now it's written in Marathi, but the translation is that after Maharashtra CM Uddhav Thackeray resigned from his post, the Maharashtra legislature has issued a circular informing all MLAs that the special assembly session will not take place today. This is because there is no need to hold a floor test now. So big and rapid developments been happening, Nupur. The story has completely changed after that resignation which had come in. And of course, we had broken that story hours before. We had told on Republic TV that he will resign, and he did. Now we have to wait for the Shinde camp to come back, and the next hectic political proceedings will happen to form the next government. Nupur.